items for my collection, and today I think I'm going to do some mason stains and color some clay for test tiles. I really want to do like little bowls or plates using the nerikomi technique, and I want to use colored clay for that technique. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like little test tiles, which are good indications for how glaze and colored clay is gonna look like after it's fired. I'm gonna use some speckled buff clay, or no, I'm actually gonna use some B-mix because I think that'll work better with the colored clay, because I want it to be like a little bit more vibrant, and I don't really want to have the speckles like in the little patterns. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna mix some colored clay, and I think I'm gonna trim a couple more cups. I worked on some mugs over the weekend and put on the handles, so those are all ready to go to be fired, and I think I have a couple more cups that need to be trimmed, and those will be ready to be fired. I also made some test plates just to kind of like get used to throwing plates, which is actually pretty easy for the most part. So I did that over the weekend, and I can show you those. And yeah, it's just moving along, trying to get all of the items that I want to get made so that they can be fired. I'm actually doing a market in December, so that'll be in a couple of weeks. And I'm feeling a bit nervous about it just because I don't think I'll have my pieces ready in time, but I'm trying to hustle as much as possible this week, and then hopefully I'll have like stuff fired midweek so I can get some information back and then hopefully glaze. And I'm gonna be away from home the week of Thanksgiving, so I won't have time to throw anything or glaze anything, so I'm really trying to get it within these 2 weeks. So we'll see. But I feel good, I feel refreshed. I went to a cool market called Renegade in San Francisco over the weekend, and it was really cool to see one of my friends do a really big market for the first time, and her pieces are so beautiful in person, and it was good to see them in person because I've only seen them in photos on Instagram, so I'll link her information below. And that was pretty cool, and it was really beautiful over the weekend. And I did like a lot of market research. I really wanted to go because I wanted to get a sense of like what people's displays looked like, and also kind of like what their pricing is. Like the market that I'm doing next month is going to be my first market ever, and I have no idea what to expect. So I feel like going to Renegade last weekend was kind of like a good indicator for like how to like price stuff, how to like set up your display booth so it's like aesthetically pleasing, how to like talk to people. I'm naturally an introvert, and so striking up conversations can be a little bit like anxiety inducing for me, especially with strangers. So it was nice to be able to, yeah, just kind of like mosey around and get a sense of how people are doing things at markets. little balls of clay that are colored. Like some of them are more vibrant than others. This line here is using 5% mason stains, and then this row here using 10%. So we'll see how they turn out. Right now I'm just working on like some greens, and this is supposed to be yellow, but it's hard to see. Hopefully we'll get more information when it's fired. And then these are the ones that I need to do. So we'll do those today. So here's some progress that I made. And these ones might be magnets, I think, depending on how they turn out. While these solid color ones will be test tiles. I finished rolling this out. This is going to be like a little test plate. It looks pretty cute. I really like the design. I was going for like ube chombrado, if anybody knows what that is, like a porridge, like breakfast type food, like on the sweet porridge in the Philippines, and it's looking pretty cute. So I rolled this up. I think I'm gonna cut it or use just like one of the little bowls that I have at home and then use that as a mold. But first I kind of want to compress this, because the thing about hand building in general is that you want to compress your pieces because they're likely to crack. And because I had rolled out one piece of clay on top of another, I want to make sure that they don't separate. So I'm just going to compress it with a rib. And then we'll put it on the bowl, I think, compress it a little bit more, cut it to size, and then we'll have like a little test plate. So I can't wait to see how this fires. Hey, I'm gonna make a little lunch. I've been getting some butter, and I think I'm gonna make a grilled cheese. And I've got cheese on the counter and bread on the counter. Renegade Craft in the city last weekend, and I got some stuff. Well, I got a bunch of pretty much one thing, and it's by this company called Jenny Lemons, and they were selling a bunch of these like hair clips, and I thought they were really cute, and I'm gonna give some as presents, so I probably shouldn't have showed that. So how cute are these? They're so cute, right? I like cute little acrylic hair clips, and I got one for myself because I love hair clips, and I'm gonna go grab it. How cute is this? The little corn! I love corn so much, and all of the corn products, but yeah. How cute is this? And it's actually pretty strong, and it holds up my hair because I have a lot of hair since growing it out. But it's so cute. I wore it over the weekend and it stayed put. But yeah, just gonna shout out Jenny Lemons. It's such a cute little company, and I'll put their information below. I also wanted to show y'all these plates that I made over the weekend that I've just turned over. So this is the bottom of the plate, that's the top of the plate. So these are just drying. I need to trim these still, but there's a couple more. Two of them are like pretty much the same size. There's one that's a little bit bigger. I think this one's a little bit bigger. And then I have the last of the cups that need to be trimmed. And that is pretty much it. Yeah. Hey y'all. I am putting in this test house, and I just wanted to chat about something that I've been thinking about, something that I experienced last week, of not feeling good enough. And I think this is in the context of, well, I've always felt that way. Pretty much my whole life. I've always felt that I haven't been good enough, and often feel the pressure to excel in everything that I take on. And I operated in that way for a really long time. And for a long time, it served me. It got me through high school, through school in general. I did really well in school. It got me through work when I was working, and just wanting to be great at everything, and succeeding at everything. And it was great for a time, especially in those moments when I did excel. But in the moments where I wasn't good, it really, really sucked. And it really messed with my identity and my like understanding of who I was as a person, and how I often like compared my self-worth to either other people, or even kind of like my own expectations of like, I am not good, I am not good enough because I wasn't good at this, whatever it was. And last week I was really feeling that way. I kind of go through cycles of dealing with this feeling, and I'm sure other people can deal with it, have dealt with it too, and continue to deal with it. I don't know, some people might call it like imposter syndrome. I'm not quite sure it's that like all the time. I think it's just
putting a lot of pressure on oneself to do well and succeed. And the times where you fail are like the worst times imaginable. And I was feeling that way last week. And I was feeling really anxious and couldn't really pinpoint why. And then was finally able to figure it out. And it was because I was thinking about getting ready for this market that's happening next month and not feeling like I have a lot of time. So the stress of that, and then also like trying to do my own collection and trying to come up with pieces that resonate with me and parts of me, and kind of balancing like my own like aesthetic, I guess, of like what I see is like really cool and really interesting, like design wise it's really interesting and it's really creative, but then also trying to like appeal to the masses. You know, when the self-doubt like creeps in, and I don't know if anybody feels this way, but for me personally, the self-doubt like often supersedes everything else. Like even it's like irrational in the sense that like the self-doubt tells you that you're dumb, that you're not good enough, that you're not skilled enough, that you're not pretty enough, or whatever it may be, that you're just like not insert whatever thing it is enough. And sometimes, and I think last week I got to a point where it was just like, you are not enough, which is not great. It's not a great feeling to feel. And I was talking to my partner about it, and he made me feel better. But I just wanted to share that kind of like little anecdote because I know, you know, a lot of people like see on social media kind of like the highlights of what people are doing and all of these cool things people are doing. I think it's just like a highlight. It's just like a highlight reel of what people are putting out there. And it's really nice to be able to view something like that, like all of the highlights. But just know that there's also the opposite of that it's not all good. That sometimes people struggle with the self-doubt. And I think especially like if you are in social media or you put yourself out pretty publicly, I think you can face like a lot of criticism. I think probably the worst criticism is like being super self-critical, because that kind of criticism I feel like is like harder to shut off or tune out. You kind of like sit with yourself thinking about those negative thoughts, and at least for me, those things are really hard, or those thoughts are really hard to drown out sometimes. But yeah, I just wanted to share that sometimes people do struggle, and sometimes people feel like really doubtful, especially when they're working on like something that's completely brand new, and that's okay. And it's okay to like reckon with that and like feel those feelings and emotions. I think that's like pretty healthy. It's scary, but it's also pretty healthy. And as long as you have someone that you can talk to about it, someone that you trust, it feels a lot easier to get through those kind of like negative thoughts. It's something that I work on the daily. It's something that I think I've like prioritized even more this year, prioritizing self and being in tune with emotions and like feeling okay and being able to like process and identify those emotions and not like suppress them, because they're just as valid as the happy emotions. It's good to be able to like sit with uncomfortable emotions, but as long as you can get out of them, I think is like the key. And as long as you can talk to somebody that you trust about them, it's okay to kind of like explore those emotions, the less happy emotions. But yeah, just wanted to talk about that. Sit for a second and see if any of you guys are going through something like that.